Which anime character has the most aura? Dio or Minato? I haven't seen Joro, so I'm gonna go with Minato. Okay, this girl or this Demon Slayer? I have read the manga for this and I'm gonna say this guy. Whitebeard or Saber? It has to be Whitebeard. The dude is so epic. When he like grabbed the sky and just... it was so cool. All Might or... it doesn't matter who's next to him, it's gotta be All Might. Goku or Ippo? Has to be Goku. Ippo is pretty good, but he's up against Goku. There's no way. Sinbad or Light? This is hands down Light. I have no idea who these two people are, but based off the images, I'm gonna go with this guy. She looks more like the Psycho Killer vibe. Natsu or Death the Kid? I saw this anime a long time ago and I don't really remember this guy having much aura. He was more like the Klutz type. Natsu is kind of a dumbass character as well, but he also has good moments. Okay, Sid or Arch? It's definitely Sid. Levi or Piccolo? Dude, Piccolo has aura, right? But whenever he fights someone, he always ends up losing. He's got like fake aura, but Levi is actually the real deal. Jotaro or Rimuru? Again, haven't seen Jotaro, but I have seen the scene where Rimuru kills all those people using like sunlight. And I don't think I've seen a more cool way to kill people than that. Yami versus Erza. Yami's kinda cool, but she's hot. I'll have to go with Yami. Lelouch or Doflamingo? Okay, Lelouch has some good moments, right? But I feel like Doflamingo is more... he has more aura. He versus Kaido. Definitely Kaido. Ichigo versus Pain. This is hands down Pain. That scene where he kills the entire village, where he like destroys the entire village using Shinra Tensei, is so incredible. Madara versus Makima. Hands down Madara. It's not even a competition. Madara has the most aura out of pretty much any anime character. Or any character in general, to be honest. Isagi versus Tatsumaki. Haven't seen this, so I'm gonna go with Tatsumaki. Erwin or Itadori Yuji? Has to be Erwin, right? His last stand speech was like, got goosebumps. Escanor versus Gojo. Gojo, definitely. Kid Buu versus... don't know who that is. Kid Buu. The dude was a menace. He literally destroyed planet Earth. Killua versus Ash's Infernape. I think I stopped watching Pokemon after like season 12 or 13, so I haven't seen Ash's Infernape. But if he's like any other of Ash's Pokemons, I'm guessing that Ash lets him go and he ends up losing somehow. But Killua is the classic secondary character that's super cool. Vegeta versus Lucy. Let's go with Vegeta. Has to be. Goldie Roger versus Muzan. Oh, this is hard. The thing about Goldie Roger is we haven't seen much of him. And the parts we have seen, he's been more comedic. And Muzan is always looking dapper. And he's always looking cool. Based off aura, I would have to give it to Muzan. Shanks versus Modigliano. Let's go with Shanks. Kurapika versus Ryuga. Don't know who that is, but Kurapika's pretty cool. Mikasa versus All For One. Mikasa versus All For One. It's gotta be Mikasa. All For One is like a cool villain, but he's kind of a meathead. Zoro versus anybody, Zoro wins. Tanya versus Simon. Dude, Simon was actually pretty goated. I remember watching this anime when I was 15, and I was so shocked when they killed off Kamina. Like, who does that? Nobody does that. I'm like, surely they're gonna revive him somehow. But they didn't. And Simon became the main character. And he actually had a pretty insane glow up. Diavolo versus Hisoka. Let's go with Hisoka. Alibaba versus Afro. I have no idea who these two people are, but I like this guy's style better. Aladdin versus Gon. Gon doesn't have aura. Maybe that one time when he transforms into like a adult Gon. He's more of like a comedy character type. I think this guy is also that type, but he just looks cooler. King Bradley versus Kirie. Don't know who either of these people are, but I've heard this guy is actually really OP. Minato versus this guy. The 6 size guy. Minato. Whitebeard versus All Might. Let's go with Whitebeard. He's definitely pretty up there. Goku versus Light. Who has more aura? Goku versus Light. You see, Goku has aura, but not all the time. Whereas Light is always aura. He's always doing something evil. Yuach versus Natsu. Don't know who this is, so I'll go with Natsu. Sid versus Levi. Rimuru versus Yami. See, Rimuru is not really aura all the time. He's usually just a peaceful blob. So let's go with Yami. Doflamingo versus Kaido. I cannot give it to Doflamingo because he was scared of Kaido. And you can't have more aura than someone you're scared of. So it has to be Kaido. Pain versus Madara. This is easily Madara. Who am I kidding? Tatsumaki versus Erwin. Gojo, Kid Buu. Definitely Gojo. Dude's so cool. Killua versus Vegeta. Let's go with the Vegeta. Muzan versus Shanks. Muzan. Kurapika versus Mikasa. I wonder who would win. I'm pretty sure it would be Kurapika. The thing about Mikasa is that she's pretty passive most of the time. But the thing about Kurapika is he doesn't really have that much aura. He's pretty strong, but not much aura. I'll go with Mikasa. Zoro or Samon? Definitely Zoro. Hisoka or this guy? Let's go with Hisoka. Don't know, so I'll go with this again. Minato versus Whitebeard. Who has more aura, Minato or Whitebeard? Yeah, I think Minato has more aura. He's more cool. Light or Natsu? Light. Levi versus Yami. Levi. Kaido or Madara? Madara's the goat. Gojo, Vegeta or Muzan? Huh. Yeah, I'll go with Muzan. He's more cool. Mikasa or Zoro? Definitely Zoro. Hisoka or King Bradley? Let's go with Hisoka. Minato or Light? Huh. Minato or Light? Who has more aura? I'll go with Light because Minato has like comedic moments as well. He's light-hearted some of the times. Whereas Light is always in aura mode. Levi or Madara? Madara. Gojo or Muzan? It's definitely Gojo. Zoro or Hisoka? Zoro. Okay, it's Light or Madara. I think Madara is gonna end up winning this. Gojo or Zoro? This one's gonna be tough. Gojo or Zoro? Okay, the thing about Gojo is that I've only seen the anime. And in the anime, he hasn't really done that much yet. I know he has a massive fight against the main villain of that show, Sukuna. But I feel like Zoro has more weight to him, right? We've seen more of what he can do. Let's go with Zoro. Madara or Zoro? Final match. And I'm sorry Zoro fans, but it has to be Madara. So it turns out the person with the most aura in anime is Uchiha Madara.